Okay, Yusuf, let's start our lesson for today. Today we are going to take Unit 6 from M-High curriculum, telling tales. Telling tales.
Okay.
The meaning of the title: when you tell someone a story. Tell here means a story, a short story. Okay.
Okay.
Now with the new vocabs, the first word is announced. Announced means to make something known to the public. To make something known to the public. So you announce it. You announce something to make the public know it. Okay. The second word is sunk. Sunk, gone down underwater. When something gone down underwater, we call it sunk. The third word, drowned. Drowned, died in the water. When someone died in the water. So, sunk from the verb sink, sank, sunk. The verb sink for the things, but the verb drown for the people. Okay.
Okay.
Overjoyed. Overjoyed means very happy. Overjoyed means very happy. Corroborate. Corroborate. Corroborate, to check a story. To check a story to make sure this story is true or false means corroborate.
Like a detective.
Like a detective. To corroborate something means to check the story. Convinced. Convinced made someone believe something. To make someone believe something, to convince him. Convince him to make him do something. Precious. Precious. Precious, loved.
Something
very,
expensive.
Expensive, loved very much. Something that we love it very much, we call it precious. Alleging from the verb allege. Allege means to say that someone has done something but having no proof. When you say something but you don't have any proof, so you are alleging. You are alleging this. When you allege something, you don't have a proof. Okay? Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Imposter. Imposter, a person who pretends to be someone else to trick people. A person who pretends to be someone else. Okay?
Okay.
Trail. Trail, a court case. A court case, we call it trail. Trail. Witness. Witness, someone who appears in court to say what they know about a crime. Okay? Someone who appears in a court to say what he knows or she knows about a crime. Jury. Jury. Jury, the 12 people in a court who decide if a criminal is guilty or not. The 12 people in court, but we don't have them in Egypt. They are in Europe and in America. There are 12 people in the court, and they decide if someone criminal or not, guilty or not. Okay, we call them jury. Sentenced. Sentenced. Sentenced, given a punishment. Someone who is sentenced, someone is given a punishment. When we give someone a punishment, so he is sentenced. Confessed. Confessed, admitted doing something wrong. When someone admitted doing something wrong, he is confessed. Confessed. When you say I did that, you are confessed. Okay? When you say I did this crime, so you are confessed. Poverty. Poverty, the state of being very poor. The state of being very poor we call them poverty. We call it poverty.
Okay.
Bear, to carry something, to suffer
Heavy.
something, to carry something heavy, or to suffer something without complaining. You are bear. Claim, to say something is true without having any proof. Claim, like the word what, when you say something but you don't have any proof. Like this, the word alleging. Alleging, when you say that something has done, but you don't have any proof. And claim has the same meaning. To say something is true without having any proof. Dissatisfied, not pleased or happy, means not happy. When you are not happy, you are dissatisfied. Fluently, to speak or write a language easily and accurately. When you speak a language accurately, then you have fluently. Guilty, having broken a law, being responsible for doing something wrong. When you are responsible for doing something wrong, then you are guilty. Hire, to have the use of something for a short time by paying for it. To have a use of something or someone for a short time by paying for him or for it. You hire someone or you hire something. Like when you hire a flat, you pay some money and you use this flat for some time. Hire. Illegal, not allowed by the law. When something is illegal, it's not allowed by the law. The law not allowed it, so it's illegal. Presumed, to think that something is true even if you don't know for sure. When you think that something is true and you don't know that, you presumed. Okay. Now let's move to the student book. I want you to open your student book.
Just a minute, please.
Okay.
Now it's with me.
Okay. Now I want you to read this passage, but before reading, I want to ask you a question. Why might a person decide to become an imposter? Why might a person decide to become an imposter?
Maybe to take money or to...
Super excellent. To take money from someone, okay? Now I want you to...
someone identity.
Okay. What sort of people might an imposter want to trick? The imposter wants to trick who?
The people, anyone.
Any people? Yani he wants to trick poor people?
Maybe he will do it if he needs it.
He needs the poor or the rich people?
Yes, with the rich, always.
Always with the rich. Okay. What punishment do impostors receive if they are discovered? What punishment do you think?
They will go to the jail.
Okay, go to the jail or to the prison. To prison.
Yeah.
Now I want you to read this. I am your long lost son.
Okay. Over 150 years ago, a rich woman in England called Lady Tichborne but put advertisement in newspaper around the world. They announced that she was looking for news about her son, Sir Roger Tichborne, who had been on a ship called the Bella, traveling back from South America in 1854. The Bella had sunk, and all passengers were presumed drowned. But Lady Tichborne refused to believe that Roger had died. 11 years after the accident, Lady Tichborne received a letter from lawyer lawyer in Sydney, Australia. The lawyer explained that he was representing a man called Arthur Orton. Orton had told the lawyer that he was Lady Tichborne's son. Overjoyed, Lady Tichborne asked an old family servant who was now living in Sydney to visit Orton and corroborate his
Elaborate.
incredible, incredible story. The servant remembered a slim, dark-haired young man, but found Orton to be fat with light brown hair. However, Orton could remember so many details about the family that soon convinced the servant that he was Sir Roger. So Orton met Lady Tichborne in Paris. She was French and had taught Roger to speak the language fluently. When she saw Orton, she was so happy to have her precious son back. Even through he looked rather different and couldn't speak a word of French. Lady Tichborne promised Orton that he would receive €1,000 a year. Once Lady Tichborne had accepted him, many other friends and family members did the same. However, several members of family were dissatisfied with the situation, alleging that the man was an impostor, but Lady Tichborne ignored him. When Lady Tichborne died, Orton wanted to claim all the family land and money from Lady Tichborne's younger son, Henry. The family hired lawyers to investigate him, and in 1874 there was a famous trial that lasted 188 days. Over 100 witnesses claimed that Orton was Sir Roger. However, the lawyers proved that Orton had been born in London, the son of a butcher. The jury found him guilty and he was sentenced to, to 10 years in prison for his illegal behavior. Many people who had supported him refused to believe the truth and started a protest in the streets of London. However, when he left the prison in 1884, everyone had forgotten him. In 1885, Orton confessed that he had been an impostor all along, but later he claimed he was innocent and he died in poverty in 1898, and his coffin still bears the same name, Sir Roger Tichborne.
Excellent, Yusuf. Okay. Question number 1. Read the text quickly. Match 4 of the topics. 1-5 with paragraph AD. Number 1. The case comes to court. The case comes to court in paragraph A, B, C, or D.
Wait.
The case come to court in paragraph
D.
D. Right, D. Excellent. Number
Okay.
2, Sir Roger Tichborne lost at sea. Paragraph A. Excellent. A meeting in Europe.
A meeting in Europe. B.
No.
So C.
C. Okay, last one. Or 4. The impostor early life.
C كمان.
Okay. News from Australia.
News from Australia. D.
B. News from Australia. B.
Okay.
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 Okay. Now read the sentence. Do they prefer to Roger Tichborne or Arthur Orton? Write RT for Arthur Orton, for Roger Tichborne, or AO in the box. Okay. If the sentence for Roger Tichborne, write RT. Roger. And if the sentence for Arthur, write AO. Okay. He was slim with dark brown hair.
AO.
Arthur?
No, it's the Orton. Arthur Orton, yes.
Okay. He was fat with light brown hair.
Fat with light brown hair.
Yusuf. Number 1, he was slim is Roger Tichborne. I want you to look at the picture. The picture of them on page 48. Okay.
I am looking at
Roger Tichborne and Arthur Orton. Arthur Orton was fat. Okay. So number 1 RT and number 2 AO. Okay.
AO.
Number 3 he had been born in London.
Arthur Orton.
Arthur Orton. Number 4 he had learned French as a child.
Roger Tichborne.
Or RT. He traveled to South America.
Orton.
Okay. He visited Paris.
Roger Tichborne.
Roger. He went to prison for 10 years.
Orton.
He died during a long sea voyage.
Roger Tichborne.
Okay. Now choose the best answer. Number 1, Lady Tichborne bought advertisement in newspapers because what? She wanted to contact her son on Zabila. She didn't believe that Zabila had sunk. She thought that her son was still alive. Her son hadn't written to her for a long time.
هتبقى C.
C. She thought that her son was still alive. Okay. Number 2, the Australian lawyer contacted Lady Tichborne because he was her son. Arthur Orton had told him that he was Sir Roger Tichborne. He saw one of the newspaper advertisement. Arthur Orton wanted to return to England.
Okay. B.
Super excellent. Number 3, when a former family servant met Orton in Australia, he was sure that Orton was Lady Tichborne's son because Orton could remember a lot of things about the family. He didn't think that Orton was Lady Tichborne's son because he was fatter and his hair was a different color. He wasn't sure
D.
if B.
D.
D. He didn't think he was lady taking in person, but he told her that he was convinced. Okay. Number 4.
Yeah.
Lady Tickborn taught Orton to speak French when he arrived in Paris, had taught Sir Roger to speak French, could speak French, but Sir Roger hadn't learned the language, was so happy because Orton could speak French.
Taught Sir Roger to speak French.
Okay, B. Number 5. Lady Tickborn believed Orton was her son, and so did her family and friends, but her family ignored Orton, but none of her family believed Orton, but some members of her family thought she was wrong.
A.
And so did her family? No.
Some members of family. مش كلهم يعني دي.
Okay. But several members of the family were dissatisfied with the situation. Okay, some of them. Number 6. At Orton's trial, he admitted he wasn't Sir Roger. The jury believed his story. He was found guilty. 100 witnesses said he was a butcher.
A.
100 witnesses said
لا بقول A.
he admitted he wasn't Sir Roger. Okay. Number 7. After Orton came out of prison, nobody remembered him and he died 14 years later, a poor man. Everyone said that he was an impostor. People protested in the streets of London. He always insisted that he was Sir Roger.
C.
No.
D.
A.
بقول D.
A. Nobody remembered him and he died 14 years later. Okay.
Okay.
In the last of the text, it said in 1884 everyone had forgotten him. In 1885 Orton confessed that he had been an impostor. Okay. Understanding ideas. Answer the question, look at the text and use the own words and ideas. I want to solve this question in your homework, okay?
Okay.
Understand the idea in your homework. Now with the vocabulary. I am your long lost son. Match the highlighted word in the text with the definition. Number 1, people who appear in court to say what they know about a crime. Choose a word from the highlighted words in your book.
Witnesses.
Witness, super excellent, witnesses. Number 2, a court case.
Trail.
Trail, super excellent. Number 3, loved very much.
Precious.
Precious. Number 4, very happy.
Overjoyed.
Overjoyed. Number 5, the 12 people in court who decide if a criminal is guilty or not.
The
12 people.
A legend.
No.
Jerry.
Jerry. Super excellent. Number 6, admitted doing something wrong.
Sentenced.
Sentenced. No. Sentence
Confess.
when someone given a punishment. Sentence.
Okay.
But admitted
Confessed.
doing confessed. Confessed. The
Okay.
state of being very poor. Very poor.
Very poor. Poverty.
Poverty. Super excellent. Made someone believe something.
Made someone believe something. Corroborate.
No. Corroborate when you check a story. أيوة.
Okay. Convinced.
Convinced. Okay. Saying that someone has done something but having no proof.
Sentenced.
No. Sentenced when someone have a punishment, but
Alleging.
alleging. Okay. Alleging. Number 10. To check a story.
لحظة. Check a story. Alleging.
No, alleging. Number 9.
Number
when,
9.
saying that someone has done something but having no proof. Alleging. Number 10. To check a story to make sure is this story happened or not.
Corroborate.
Corroborate. Number 11. Given a punishment when someone given a punishment.
Someone
Given a
sentenced.
Sentenced. Died in the water. Drowned. Number 13. Made something known to the public.
Poverty.
No, poverty, very poor.
صح.
Made something known to the public.
Announced.
Announced. Gone down under the water.
Gone down under the water. Sunk.
A person who pretends to be someone else in order to trick people. Imposter. Super excellent. Okay, change the page. Now page 50.
Okay.
Now I want you to answer those questions. Complete the sentence with the correct form of the words from the box. Word number 1, allege, announce, confess, convince, corroborate, drown, impostor, jury, overjoyed, poverty, precious, sentence, sink, trail, witness. Number 1, the space secured a large part of the family fortune before he was uncovered.
Allege.
No. Secured a large part of the family fortune before he was uncovered.
Corroborate. يعني هو قصده على مكان والاشخاص.
I don't know. The space. I need here a name, not a verb.
Witnesses. Mr.
It can impositor. The impositor secured a large part of the family fortune before he was uncovered. Number 2, he earns very little money, so his family live in extreme what?
Poverty.
Excellent. Right. Okay.
After being questioned for 2 hours, the man not to crime.
After being questioned for 2 hours, the man is faced to the crime. The man what?
Confess.
Confessed. Okay.
Okay. A small child yesterday in his neighbor swimming pool.
A small child spaced yesterday in his neighbor's swimming pool.
Sunk.
Song. Super excellent. A small children sank. S-A-N-K. Okay. Number 5. The government space that taxes would raise a further 5% this week. The government announced it. Super excellent. Announced it. Number 6. At first, nobody would believe that the Titanic had
drowned.
No, Titanic is something. Number 4, drowned. Number 4, drowned.
فدي هتبقى sunk.
دي هتبقى sunk. Drowned for people and sunk for things. Had sunk. Number 7, the woman tried to protect her space.
The woman protect. Precious.
The woman.
Precious.
Okay. Tried to protect her precious. Okay. Precious. Number 8. The space of the 2 bank robbers will be held on Tuesday next week.
Sentenced.
No, the trail
will be convinced.
No, number 8, the trail of the 2 bank robbers.
The trail.
Be held, okay? Number 8.
It took a long time to space
them. That
I was right, but in the end they agreed.
It took a long time to what them?
Jury?
No. To convince it. Convinced them. Or to convince. To convince, the infinitive, convince. Number 10.
Number 10. The police questioned the criminal brother in order to
space his story.
Jury his story.
No, corroborate.
Okay.
To check his story, to check it. Jury is 12 people, okay? The jury is 12, they are 12 people. The judge paid the man to spend 6 months in prison.
Fish? لا,
sentenced, okay. Number 12.
They were space when they heard about their promotion. Overjoyed.
Super excellent. Number 13. 3 space had seen the burglar leave the house.
Carrying a television set.
Witnesses. 3 witnesses had seen the burglar leave the house. 14. The 12 members of the space listened carefully to all evidence. 12 members, we call them what?
انت قلتها لي من شوية.
Jury.
Jury.
Okay. 15. The lawyer is space that his client was at home when the murder happened.
Alleged.
Alleging, super excellent. Alleging. Okay, now use a dictionary to match the people in court with the action below. Some of the people are matched with more than one action. Okay? The judge, the judge, do what? We have the judge, the jury, the accused, someone who accused, someone who maybe is a criminal, we call him accused. Witness, the prosecution, the defense with the accused, the defense, the lawyer with the accused. But the prosecution, someone who is with the government. Okay? The prosecution اللي هو وكيل النيابة اللي هو المدعي, the prosecution. لكن الديفنس اللي هو الدفاع اللي هو المحامي. Number 1, pleads guilty or not guilty?
C.
No.
Number 1, C.
Okay. Number 2, try to prove the accused is guilty.
The accused is guilty. A judge.
لا, prosecution اللي هو الادعاء, هو اللي بيثبت ان الاكيوزد ده guilty. Number 3, is it charged with a crime by the police?
Crime by the police.
في شخص charged, is it charged with a crime by the police?
The accused.
The accused, C. Number 1 على فكرة هتبقى B اللي هي jury. تمام. Number 4, sentence the accused. مين بقى اللي sentenced?
The accused. A judge.
Judge. Okay. Is acquitted or sent to prison? Who is sent to prison?
The accused.
The accused. Defend the accused.
The defense.
The defense. Gives evidence during the trial.
A witness.
Witness. Find the accused guilty or not guilty?
Judge.
No.
Prosecution.
No. Find the accused guilty or not guilty? I think the jury.
The jury.
Appears in court. Who appears in court?
Appears in court. The accused.
Accused. Okay. Reach a verdict.
Reach a verdict. Persecution.
What is the meaning of verdict? Verdict.
Verdict.
Verdict اللي هو الحكم. مين اللي reach a verdict؟ مين اللي بيوصل للحكم؟ في الآخر.
Judge.
Judge. A.
Okay.
Here, complete the story with the verbs in bold from exercise 1. From exercise 1. We see some verbs here like pleads, prove, charged, sentenced, acquitted, or sent, defend, gives, find, appears, rich. I want to do this in your homework, okay?
Okay.
Number 2, homework. You will choose a verb from exercise 1 and put it in this story and complete this story. Okay. We here have negative prefixes. Do you know the prefix?
No.
Like on, this, in, m, l, and r. Those are some letters that we put before a word. We put a letter before a word, like happy and unhappy. Happy and unhappy. Un here is a prefix. We put on to make it negative, to make the word negative. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Here we have on, this, n, m, l, and r. Okay. We want to put those prefix before those words. Number one, acceptable, agreeable, decisive, honest, legible, literate, mature, practical, rational, relevant, stable, and visible. Okay, to make it negative.
So
No,
agreeable
I want to bring a pen and a paper and write with me. Okay.
طب استنى اجيب كراسة.
Okay, quickly.
هو جبت.
Okay, Yusuf. Now, write with me. Acceptable will be unacceptable. Can you see the screen?
Yeah.
Can you see the word acceptable now?
Yeah.
No. Acceptable will be unacceptable. What is the meaning of acceptable and unacceptable? Acceptable means allowed, allowed often by people in general. Something is allowed, we call it acceptable. Unacceptable, that you cannot allow. If something that you cannot allow, we call it unacceptable. Honest and dishonest. Honest and dishonest. Honest used about a person telling the truth or the truth. When you tell the truth, you are honest. Okay. Dishonest, dishonest, not telling the truth. When someone not telling the truth, we call him dishonest. Legible and illegible. Legible is about the handwriting. The handwriting that clear enough to be read easily. When you write something clear enough to be read, we call it illegible. And illegible is difficult or impossible to read. The handwriting that impossible to read, we call it illegible. Okay?
Okay.
Decisive, decisive, making something certain or final. To make something certain or final, decisive. Okay? Or having the ability to make a clear decision quickly. If you have the ability to make a clear decision quickly, you are decisive. Okay? When I ask you which one do you want, if you are decisive, you choose quickly. So you are decisive. Okay? Indecisive, the opposite, indecisive. Used about the person not able to make decisions. If you can't make decision, then you are indecisive. Indecisive. Mature, mature, fully grown or fully developed, behaving in a sensible adult way. Mature, the adult person. Okay, Rashid. Immature, immature, not fully grown or developed, not behaving as sensibly as you would expect for a person of that age. Immature. Practical, practical, concerned with actually doing something rather than ideas or theory. When you do something with your hand, we call it practical. Impractical, impractical, not sensible or reasonable. Something that not sensible, we call it impractical, not sensible, not good. Rational and irrational. Rational, to able to use thought to make decision. If you are able to use thought to make decision, so you are rational. You are rational. Irrational, not based on reason or a clear thought. Something irrational. You do it without a reason or a clear thought. Stable and unstable. Stable, not likely to move, change, or end. Something that not move or not change. Something is not a change, we call it stable. Unstable, likely to fall down or move, not firmly fixed. Something that not fixed, we call it unstable. Agreeable and disagreeable. Agreeable, pleasant or nice, ready to agree. Okay, so agreeable, ready to agree, so is agreeable. Disagreeable, we can make the negative. Disagreeable, disagreeable means unpleasant. Something that disagreeable, it's unpleasant, not good. Literate and illiterate. Literate, able to read and write. If you are able to read and write, so you are literate. Illiterate, not able to read or write. If someone can't read or write, we call it illiterate. Illiterate. Relevant and irrelevant. Relevant and irrelevant. Relevant means connected with what is happening or being talked about. What related to or connected to. Related to something is happening or connected to something is happening, we call it relevant. Irrelevant, not connected with something or important to it. Not connected or not important to you or to anything, we call it irrelevant. The last one, visible and invisible. Visible,
something we can see.
Something that we can see. Excellent. Invisible, not able to be seen. Not able to be seen is invisible. Okay, let's move to the student book. Number 5, complete the sentence using the adjective in brackets with a negative prefix from the lookout box. We want to make the this adjective negative, like tidy, untidy. Number 2, the jury were space to get home after the long trail. We need to make patient negative. Patient.
Unpatient.
Patient. No.
Unpatient.
Impatient. Okay.
Okay.
Patient will be impatient. Number 3, they couldn't read the letter because the handwriting was completely legible.
Illegible.
Illegible. Excellent. IL. The cartoon was very space and nobody knew where to sit.
Unorganized.
The courtroom. Hena organized will be unorganized. Okay. Number 5, it isn't easy to eat properly if you work hours. Regular will be
irregular.
irregular. Super excellent. The witness started crying, but the lawyer was space to her tears. Sensitive will be
Unsensitive.
sensitive.
Unsensitive.
Insensitive.
Insensitive.
I-N, okay? Insensitive.
Okay.
Okay, let's move to
Okay.
another page. We will skip the grammar and we will take it tomorrow, okay? Tomorrow will be a good session because we will have a lot of grammar rules. Now,
Okay.
we want to know the meaning of those words on page what? 52?
No, 50 only. The grammar in 51 and the vocabulary in 50.
No, now we want 52. Open your book on page 52, okay?
Okay.
Now we have some words from the house and the garden. From the house and garden.
And the garden.
Okay. Focus here with me on the screen. The word number one, apron. Apron. Okay.
Okay. What's mean by apron? Apron, yeah.
Apron. Apron, a piece of clothes that you wear over the front of your usual clothes in order to keep them clean. When you cook in the kitchen, you wear this piece of clothes to protect you from the water. Okay?
Okay.
Apron. Number two, armchair. Armchair is a soft, comfortable chair with sides which support your arms. We call it armchair. Balcony, a platform built on an upstairs outside wall of a building with a wall or rail around it. Okay, we call it balcony. Basin, a large bowl for water that has taps and is fixed to a wall in a bathroom. We call it basin. Bookcase is a piece of furniture with shelves to keep book on. Carpet, a piece of thick flat material that is used for covering floors. Carpet. Chest of drawers, a piece of furniture with drawers in it that is used for storing clothes. Cooker, a piece of kitchen equipment for cooking using gas or electricity, consisting of an oven. The cooker has an oven, okay?
Okay.
Because we have another word that doesn't have an oven. Cupboard.
Fireplace.
No, not fireplace. It's a stool. Cupboard, a piece of furniture usually with shelves inside and a door or doors at the front used for storing food, clothes, etc. Curtains, a piece of material that you can move sideways to cover window. Dining table, a table that you have dinner on. A drain pipe, a pipe which goes down the side of a building, especially one that carries water from the roof. The drain pipe carries water from the roof. When it's raining, we use the drain pipe. Fireplace, The open place in a room where you light fire. The place where you light fire. Rug, a piece of thick material that covers a small part of a floor. Sink. Can you remember the verb sink?
Yeah.
Sink, sank, sunk. Here, sink is a noun, not a verb. Sink is a basin in a kitchen. The basin in a kitchen, we call it sink. Okay?
Okay.
Here, flower bed, a piece of ground in a garden or park where flowers are grown. Okay, a piece of a garden that has flower, we call it flower bed. Hedge, a row of bushes planted close together at the edge of a garden. We call it hedge. So a hedge is a row of bushes, a line of bushes, like this, a line of bushes. Ladle, a large deep spoon, المغرفة, a large deep spoon with a long handle. Mirror, a piece of special glass that you can look into in order to see yourself. Mantelpiece is a shelf that is above a fireplace. A shelf is above fireplace, we call it mantelpiece. Lawn, an area of grass in a garden or park that is regularly cut. We call it lawn. An area of grass that regularly cut. We use the lawn mower to cut it. Bass, away across a piece of land. Away that you can walk on it. Here, stove, the top part of a cooker that is fitted with gas or electric rings. Okay, we call it a stove. Without an oven, we call it a stove. Saucepan, like you can see, this is a saucepan. It's a container that we use to cook in it. We call it saucepan.
Okay.
Stool is a seat that doesn't have a back or arms. We call it stool. A step ladder, short ladder with two parts that can stand on its own. It can stand with its own. Shears, a tool that is like a very large pair of scissors. For cutting things in the garden. Vase or vase, we can call it vase and we can call it vase. The vase or vase, a glass or china container used for holding cut flowers. Wardrobe, a large cupboard in which you can hang your clothes. A wardrobe for your clothes, but a cupboard, we can use it in the kitchen. Sofa, a comfortable seat with a back and arms. It's long enough for 2 or more people to sit on it.
Okay.
Okay, now we are finished the words. I want to move to your student book.
Okay.
Okay. Millionaire Lord Snowberry has been murdered. Listen to the interviews with inspectors. No, we don't have the listen. Okay. Okay, that's enough. I think here we are finished the vocabulary part of this unit. And tomorrow, inshallah, we will complete the grammar part. Okay, Yusuf?
Okay, Mr.
Okay, thank you, Yusuf. Thank you so much. And goodbye. See you tomorrow.
Goodbye, Mr.
Bye.